I want to take you on an exciting adventure to the largest Bronze Age archaeological site in Europe. But first, did you know that according to Greek mythology, the monstrous Minotaur was imprisoned in a nearby labyrinth? And if that wasn't enough, the great King Minos, who ruled over the island of Crete, had a magnificent palace whose design was so confusing that even he got lost in it from time to time. But let's start at the beginning. We'll begin our tour outside the palace walls at the royal villa. This is where King Minos and his family are believed to have lived, complete with its own courtyard, throne room, and even a small altar where sacrifices were made to the gods. The rooms are decorated with beautiful frescoes depicting everything from athletic competitions to sea battles. And as you can imagine, life here must have been pretty sweet. But let us head over to the other side of the palace now and take a look at the famous Labyrinth. This is a maze-like structure with over 1,500 rooms and more than 2,000 feet of corridors. It was originally 3 stories tall, but an earthquake partially collapsed it centuries ago. So now we can only explore the lower 2 floors. The architects who designed this place did such a good job that even archaeologists today get turned around in the twists and turns of corridors. According to legend, the great builder Daedalus designed the labyrinth as a prison for the fearsome Minotaur, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. The myth goes that King Minos wanted to sacrifice a bull to the god Poseidon, but then decided to keep it for himself after seeing how magnificent it was. Poseidon was, of course, not pleased by this, and he caused the king's wife, Queen Pasiphae, to fall in love with the bull. And as a result, she gave birth to the Minotaur. Since the king didn't exactly want a half-man, half-bull running around his palace, he ordered Daedalus to build a labyrinth to contain him. We don't have any written records to confirm any of this mythology, but the palace was likely used as a prison at some point in its history, because archaeologists have found shackles and chains here. Also, the remains of a small altar were found at the end of one of the corridors, which may have been used to sacrifice animals to appease the Minotaur. Now, the labyrinth was not the only architectural marvel created by Daedalus while he was here. He also designed the famous Palace of Nasus, which was built around 1700 BC. During the Bronze Age, this was the cultural and political center of the Minoan civilization, one of the oldest advanced cultures in Europe. Its influence can be seen throughout the Mediterranean, from Egypt to Greece and Italy. The palace is famous for its beautiful architecture and artwork, but what makes it unique is its lack of defensive structures. There are no high walls or big gates here. Instead, there's a large courtyard in the center, surrounded by colonnades. This peaceful atmosphere has led many to believe that this was a utopian society. But the reality was probably more like an advanced democracy where the people had a say in their government. What makes exploring the ruins of Nasus so fascinating is that we really do know much about the Minoan civilization. They had no written language, so everything we learn about them has to be deciphered through their artwork and architecture. However, because of this mystery, there have been many theories about their culture. Some believe that they worshipped a mother goddess who represented fertility and the earth. Others believe that they kept slaves and practiced human sacrifice. As you make your way through the ruins of Nasus, you'll see evidence of both of these theories. On one hand, there are beautiful frescoes depicting women dancing and making offerings to a goddess. On the other hand, there are also paintings showing men being led to their deaths and even a small altar where animal bones and human skulls have been found. Unfortunately, the glory of the Minoan civilization came to an end around 1450 BC, when the palace was destroyed by a series of earthquakes. This caused the entire top floor to collapse and the city to be abandoned. Over the centuries, the site was used as a burial ground and then completely forgotten, until it was rediscovered in the early 20th century. Today, visitors come from all over the world to explore the Palace of Nasus and learn about the fascinating Minoan civilization. Whether you believe the myths about the Minotaur and King Minos or not, there's no denying that this was an amazing place to have lived. Now it's time for you to explore for yourself and see what secrets the labyrinth has in store. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe if you're curious about other hidden ancient history.